Hey there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Onyx Nova Cosplay, or B. On this channel, I like to make cosplays, crafts, and other weird crap that suits my fancy, but today, we're making a vlog. I'm going to tell you about my trip to Katsucon. The glasses have to come off. That glare is distracting. But I'm going to talk to you about my trip to Katsucon with my best friend, Bard Tethys. Find the username in the description down below. But it was Bard's first time going to the convention. It was my second time. So enough chitter chatter at the beginning. Let's do it. All right, everyone. It is 4:47 a.m.
Ooh, that's early.
But we are going to Katsucon. Woo!
I'm so excited. I've never been before, so.
Yeah, the first year was last year. The first one for me was last year. I'm tired. I didn't sleep. So.
I did for 5-ish hours?
Yeah, I didn't sleep. My body said, you could, but we're not gonna. So here we are, but it's okay. We have a Starbucks gift card, so we're gonna go get some. We're not supporting them actively, but the money's already been put on there, so we can't go back.
Yeah, yeah, we got our Starbucks, we got our road M&Ms, we got
our road trip map. Can you pull that up at some point once we go to Starbucks?
Yeah.
But overall, it's gonna be, in theory, a 12-hour drive.
Yeah.
It could take less time, but it will. Like, if we never had to stop, it would be like a 10-hour drive.
Yeah,
but we have to stop.
So
stop to pee,
we
eat.
do not have 10-hour bladders,
And neither does the car does not have a 10-hour gas tank. So,
but
you will see some lovely bee footage in just a moment. We're gonna drive, and in theory, we should be there by like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. their time. So. Fingers crossed. We shall see how close we are.
Katsu,
let's go!
Alright.
Let's go, gamers, but first coffee.
Oh god, coffee.
And sewing in the car. But first coffee. Let's drink some coffee, and then I will sew in the car.
Alright.
Let's do it!
See y'all there.
Woo! Sorba! And now, to Buc-ee's.
Hell yeah, let's go pay the beaver our dues.
If you've never been to Buc-ee's, get yourself to a Buc-ee's stat.
Jesus, it's a trip and a half, let me tell you.
It's its own vacation.
It really is.
All right, we'll see y'all at Buc-ee's. It is now 5:06 a.m. So this was neither of our first conventions. We've been to bajillions in our lifetime. But this was Bard's first time at Katsucon. Now, as you might remember, mine was last year. So you can check out that video. If you so choose. But first thing we did after we got coffee was get on the road because we had a 12-hour drive ahead of us. And the first place we stopped, aside from Starbucks, was Buc-ee's, because Buc-ee's is hilarious and wonderful, and I think everyone should go to Buc-ee's at some point in their life. It is 11:33 a.m. We still have like probably closer to like 8.5 hours just for stops and things left on our trip. I have my no sleep mask because I haven't slept in over 24 hours, and so I'm going to sleep in the car while Bard keeps driving, at least for the next couple hours, and then I might swap back to driving. It'll all be about how we both feel by the time, but I'm gonna sleep. We had to stop at a car shop to get some stuff for the car, but I'm gonna take a nap, so I'll see you guys when it is closer to Katsucon time. We are in Flatwoods monster territory, and my wife is out there. The Flatwoods wife. My Flatwoods wife.
My Mothman husband is neighbors with Flatwoods wife.
Your husband and my wife are neighbors. I bet they're having an affair.
Definitely. But that's fine.
I hope she's doing wonderfully wherever she is.
Hi, sweet pea.
I love you both. Oh, I bet they live in that fucking house! No, I'm serious. I love you, Flatwoods monster baby, wherever you are. I'll be you one day. I'm going to become a Flatwoods monster one day.
We should do sexy cryptids for next year.
Agreed. Agreed. Sexy cryptids will be happening.
You Heard it here first, folks.
Now, do not get me wrong, I did in fact sleep for like 2 hours. And also, I never filmed, obviously, while I was driving. So a lot of these clips are random, all over the place, and things like that. But I will say, we did stop by the little town. I wish I remember the name of the town. But we stopped by the town that the Flatwoods Museum is in. And we spun by it. We didn't like get out and go in and look around. We didn't really have time. Like I said, we have a 12-hour drive ahead of us. But we went through the town just to peek at it. It was a cute little town. It feels very, I don't want to say Americana. That feels a little too old, but it's definitely old school America. Another thing I did in the car was sew, because Gannon was not done, and I had to get Gannon going. So after I woke up, I got to sewing while Bard drove. So... But Gannon was done, and I'll make a video about that later. So get ready to see Gannon at some point. We have made another pit stop in the lovely state of West Virginia. And alas, we have not seen Mothman or the Flatwoods Monster yet.
Shame.
But maybe we will on the way back. I'm tired. I took a nap because I didn't sleep last night. So thank you for driving.
Yeah. We got coffees because we're sleepy.
Coffee. But we're about to head. We're gonna go through Monongahela National Forest. So if I die, tell my family. No. But we'll see you guys there.
But no scary ghost stories while we're in there. I don't mess with the woods.
I've already told you too. I can tell you.
So I'm good.
But we'll see you guys when we get there. I'm sure you'll see some lovely UV footage of the Monongahela National Forest. So here we go. So after getting our pilot coffee, we got back on the road. Now, as I said before, this was not my first convention. I have been to many conventions all over the United States of America. Not all over. Mainly on this side of the country. I've been to Dragon Con. I've been to Katsucon. I've been to a few in Tennessee. And so I've been to a lot of different conventions. And I'm not saying my opinions are more valid than anybody else's. I just, I've been to a lot, and I know what I like to do and what I don't like to do at conventions. And one of the things I do not like are panels. I'm not a panel person. Doesn't mean they don't have great panels, just means I'm not going to be going. I did want to go to the Maid Cafe this year, but we got distracted. Normally what I do when I go to a convention is I just fucking run around and see who I can see whose cosplays look cool. So that's usually what I'm there for, is just to dress up with people and hang out. And we did that, and we got some pretty cool photos. I'm going to post some on my Instagram soon, hopefully, but, we'll get there. And I want to get this out first. And another thing that conventions usually have are some kind of cosplay contest. And while I do think Katsucon is a cosplay convention, like, yes, it's an anime convention, but I do think it's for cosplayers. I don't like how their main stage is done. It takes too long. They don't let the fashion show be its own thing. Like, I talked about this last year in my video, but I really think that the Met Gala, whatever they call the gala now, should just be the fashion show that's the part of the main stage events. And that needs to happen on one day, and the main stage needs to happen on another day. And now they have the Idol Fest as well. So, like, with Idol Fest, you have to also, like, put into consideration people dancing and have that on a different day on its own, because the masquerade is also with dancing. So, like, I don't know. It's just all over the place. But, real quick, let's enjoy this beautiful view of the Booty Hole Bandits Mountains, as I'm going to refer to this as from now on. We've officially made it. It is
So sleepy.
8:25 p.m. We've been driving all day, but now we're in parking hell. So here's hoping we get a parking spot.
We'll be brave.
We'll be real brave about it. But now it's time to park and get our shit inside. So we'll see you guys after that's done. Maybe. Or I'll go to sleep immediately. We'll find out. Nah, you'll see us. Maybe not. Who knows?
Who knows?
I personally love the inside of this hotel. Oh my gosh, it is literally so gorgeous. I want to live here. We made it!
We made it!
We survived! Look how pretty it is! Oh my god! What? But yeah, we're gonna go walk around a little bit. We're gonna give a tour of the place for our newbie.
I'm so excited.
And then I have to go back to the room and sew because the Met Gala is tomorrow.
I don't have thumbs, but
And I'm not. I have thumbs for you. I have to go back to the Met Gala tomorrow. I have to finish sewing some stuff and styling a wig. It's great.
I'm so excited. I've been bouncing for like the past 30 minutes of our drive and all of right now.
So, woo, let's go explore. I'm so excited. Press the elevator button.
Yes.
No one can see me dancing.
The toothless dance, you know? I don't know it.
You should have learned that your actions have consequences. Perfect. I'm just gonna do this in our little toothless dance. Just, I'm in the smallest little mirror. My personal favorite group that we saw the entire weekend was, in fact, this Mr. Worldwide Naruto group. They absolutely had me rolling the entire time. Are you ready to see the gazebo? There she is. Yeah, so a lot of people hang out here. This is where a lot of photo shoots randomly happen. I'm sure the gazebo is possibly the most popular part of Katsucon. I do think it's a little ridiculous how hard it is to get a photo in it sometimes, but it's worth it. It's a gorgeous little place to get photos, especially like when the sun's behind it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I was just explaining to Bard what was happening because Bard's never been here before, so I wanted to give a nice little tour before we really jumped in on the next day. But successful day 0, I think. Bard is in the shower, and I'm about to eat some ramen. We walked around for a little bit so I could show the hotel. Right now, I gotta eat. I gotta eat and then finish some stuff for the Met Gala tomorrow. Because I forgot it was tomorrow. It's fine. I got a lot to done in the car. I also had to take a nap in the car, so. I'll see you tomorrow. Drink some water. We'll see you tomorrow at the, we'll probably see you before the Met Gala. But I'll see you at the Met Gala too. So, but I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I have some shit to do. So, bye guys. Alright everyone, we are outside. Someone's already recognized us, which I didn't think would happen.
Yeah, they were so excited. Like, they didn't even say anything. They were just like, and then walked away. And we're like pointing, and I was like, yes.
Well, yeah, so we're going to the car to grab some things. We got most of the things last night, but we forgot something. Oh, someone is loud behind us. Jesus. But we had to go grab some things from the car, and then
drop off some papers and stuff we don't need.
And then we're back on the con floor.
Yeah.
And we'll go get some coffee because I'm tired. Now, if you do not recognize us, we are Mono and Wander from Shadow of the Colossus. Well, I want to say it was a PS2 game originally, but it's a really cute game. It's one of Bard Tethys' favorites, and we've been wanting to cosplay these two for a long time, so we were like, why not? We also ended up having like 15-ish people recognize us, which doesn't sound like a lot, but we didn't think we'd have more than 5. So there's that. But after we took a little tour around the main floor again, we went to the water to get some photos taken because there is in fact water levels, so it seemed fitting. And then once we got all our cute little photos done, we went to the Artist Alley. Now you will see Artist Alley footage as well as Merchant Hall footage. I don't think we actually went to the Merchant Hall until later, but you know, editing is whatever. And if you remember from my how to prepare for a large convention video, you will know that I always do a lap on Friday, including the tiny little wizard grave. I always do a lap on Friday, and then I usually go back Saturday or Sunday. I only bought a few things this year. I tend to get more, but, you know, money. And one of my favorite things in the Merchant Hall was not just the old games, but the gacha machines as well. It felt very nice to be around them. But then eventually, of course, we had to go back to the room so I could change to be Ganon. Okay, still day 1. It's a long day 1, I feel like. Whew, I'm tired. Here, let's go back out here. Sorry there's so much god light behind us.
Yeah.
We're
eating lunch, so that's why we're dressed funny.
Yeah, well, I'm changing.
Not like we were dressed funny. We weren't dressed funny before.
Yeah, I'm mid-change because now it's time to be Ganon. But I have to finish sewing some things for Ganon. So we're gonna do that in a sec, but I gotta get all the pieces together first. So I'm gonna go ahead and change, and then it'll be Met Gala time soon. We might go to the Merchant's Hall if we have time. If not, we'll go tomorrow. But yeah, but we got some cute photos as Wander and Mono, so I'm very excited.
Yeah.
For now, Ganon time. Woo! So once I got all changed into Ganondorf, we hit the con floor one more time. We had a little more time than I thought we would. Next time, if I go to Katsu, I'm just going to have my cosplay prepared so I don't have to panic and sew in the room. That wasn't fun. And then we stopped to watch this guy dance because he was absolutely killing it. If you know his username, please let me know. I'd love to see more of the stuff he makes. But after watching him for a bit, it was time to get ready to actually go into the Met Gala. Now, I'm going to be making a Met Gala video separate just because it was a long event and I want to talk about it more in detail. But then we went outside to grab a bottle opener so I could drink my wine for nightlife. Now, this is a PSA to all parents. I'm not saying that you cannot have your children at conventions after 8 p.m. I'm saying be wary. I'm saying that it will get weird, it will get risque, it will get inappropriate. Yes, there will be people dressed as cute furries or people playing Beyblade, but there will also be a lot of gross, raunchy things that happen. And I'm not here to judge what people do. All I'm saying is I wish you would do it in your hotel rooms. I do not want to see it. And I'm not saying that I saw anything too bad this year, but I have been at conventions where things have gotten bad and gross, and I do not think it is safe for children. So if you're a parent, just make sure your kids are in bed by like 8. And this is just a quick PSA to teenagers or people who are teenagers that look older. Be safe if you do go to nightlife events at conventions. Stay with friends, stay with a group. I know there's a lot of cool cosplayers and a lot of cool things happening, but I've heard one too many bad stories about people leaving drinks out and then bad things happening to them. So please, if you do go to a convention and you do the nightlife, just stay with friends. Don't take drinks from strangers. I know I'm not your mom, but please be safe.
Heart.
It's so cute.
It's funnier of a clip because I look like this.
It's day 2! You can't see anything!
I can't.
It's day 2 though! We're excited! No visuals, but we're good. We got coffee this morning, and now it's time to go out onto the con floor and be creepy. We're adorable though. I'm very excited. Face. And then making sure you get on the elevator. Okay. And then we're gonna be Joker and Sophia from Persona 5 Strikers, so I'm very excited. But we first gotta go down like this and be all spooky. So our cosplays are Six and Mono from Little Nightmares, a horror game, just in case you want to jump in. It's actually Little Nightmares 2 that we're both from, but it's a cute game overall. Also really creepy and gross at times. The characters are cute, the enemies are gross, it balances. But we saw a lot of Little Nightmares cosplayers while we were there, and we were a little shocked. And even when I changed into Sophia with Bard being Joker later, we saw a lot of Sophia cosplays as well. And we didn't think that we would see anyone else cosplaying from these medias. And it's not like we thought we'd be the only ones. We thought we would be the only ones. These are not, Persona 5 is popular, but Sophia is a niche character from a spin-off game, and Little Nightmares 2 is the sequel to an even more niche horror game. So we were kind of surprised to see so much love for it. We were happy we did. We were ecstatic. We couldn't believe it. Same thing with Mono and Wander from Shadow of the Colossus. We didn't think people would recognize this because it's such a weird niche thing. And that's what I love about conventions, is that you can just be the weird niche things that you want. You can express your interest in things that people may not be talking about a lot online. And I know a lot of people say that conventions are for clout chasers, especially conventions like Katsucon, but I think it depends on who you hang out with. We went to the arcade and we saw some people having a blast, right? And they weren't there to get famous for being the best at arcade games or whatever. They just wanted to have fun with their friends. And I got to see their eyes light up when their friends did something really cool, or them laugh hysterically because their friends did something really dumb. And I think it's all about friendship and camaraderie and creativity and passion. And that's all conventions should be about. And I know that's not what people make them about, but I think that it is. And that's what it used to be. And I think we should bring that mentality back of oh, hey, I'm just here to have fun, as it should be. I think we should all just be going to conventions to have fun, and people trying to get famous for going to conventions, it's not worth it. It's not going to happen. You might get famous for a little bit, but we've seen what happens when people get convention famous, and you don't want to be like them. They're not good people. Especially if it leads to damaging the property or hurting other people. Like, you don't want to be that person. But I'll get off my soapbox now for a second, and let's get back to the convention itself. If you do not understand what is happening here, this is supposed to be like one person plays at a time, but all these people have gotten together to play with each other and like do whatever they want to be silly on this little dance floor for an 8 count. And I think that's fucking hilarious. I just stood and watched them for like way longer than I recorded because I just thought this was the funniest thing ever. And honestly, I wish I had known about the gaming hall sooner because I had a blast just watching people game. And that's something that I do just in general. I watch a lot of YouTubers game. I watch my boyfriend game when he's playing video games at home. But just like going around and seeing all these different games, it was honestly a little overwhelming. But seeing all these different games, there were Wii games, there were PlayStation games, there were Xbox games, all the arcade games that you see. There were these guys playing Wii Golf, and oh my gosh, it was hilarious because this one guy just, I feel bad for him. Homeboy just didn't know how to play Wii Golf, and they were giving him such a hard time. But that's what I mean. People just, I don't want to be like, oh, living in the moment, but like that's kind of what they're doing. It was great. I had a great time watching these people have a great time. I needed the positivity, especially with how the world is right now. It was nice to just go around and seeing people be kind to one another, have fun with one another, kill it at certain games, suck at others. Like, it was a great time overall. And if I go back next year, I'm definitely going to spend more time in the video game room just because it looked so much fun this year. But that being said, we did play a game. I don't actually remember the name of the game that we played, but we saw these 2 other people playing it, and we were like, we have to get in on that. And there was also no line, so we were like, heck yeah. Needless to say, we sucked at it.
I'm ready to be a DJ. Already. That was hard. Well, it took me a second to realize what was happening. Yeah. And then I was like, oh. Yeah, 4. 13. I got 4. I got 13. I get awesome. Expert DJ.
Also, unrelated, this balcony shot, oh, to die for. We saw these girls film a meme up here, and it was hilarious. But then we got back on the con floor after spending some time in the video game area just to see what people were doing. I met Mastiff with a 4 in the elevator, and they were so cool. They're up in the video didn't show them, but they were up there, and oh my god, I lost my mind. Oh yeah, like I said, lots of people dancing. Those guys in the balcony were getting it. It was hilarious. I tried to record them dancing, but alas, they stopped dancing when I went back to look at what they were doing. Another thing I do think that conventions should work on is safety during nightlife. And I know I talked about like being safe yourself, but I also feel like once it hits 8 p.m. and people start drinking or smoking or whatever they're doing, some people get a little too rowdy. And while sometimes it's silly and it's funny and it's weird, and you know, most of the time it's in good fun, sometimes it's not. And I think that we as cosplayers should keep bringing attention to conventions, the people who are not safe to be around, because they should not be allowed to come to cons where people are just trying to be silly and fun and have a good time and end up hurting people or breaking things. And like, obviously I'm not going to name names. You all know who these people are in your respective communities or as the community as a whole. But I think that we just, as people, need to keep an eye out and tell conventions, tell them, message them, email them, send them proof, links, emails, Instagram handles, whatever. Send them things so they know, like, hey, these people should not be guests at cons, these people should not be allowed to attend conventions, or whatever, just for the safety of all of us, because we're all just trying to be nerds and have a good time. I think we should keep that up. It's 12:30 in the morning. We're exhausted. We just put all the shit in the car. I'm freezing. I left my jacket in the hotel room.
Got some frozen M&Ms.
Frozen M&Ms, delicious. We're gonna go back to the room. Sleep. I'm gonna eat something and then sleep. Then we're gonna wake up somewhat early. Get dressed, walk around the con floor one last little old time, and then go home. Yep. Reverse the tape. We're going back. I'm so cold. But I've had fun. Yeah, me too. There've been a couple hiccups, a couple of nuisances, but overall, fun time. Glad I came back.
Very successful con experience, I think.
Yeah. But we already went ahead and moved our stuff to the car, so we wouldn't have to worry about dealing with getting out in the morning. Because if you watched my video from last year, you'll remember that was a shit show. So, but we will, next time we see you guys, will be in the morning when we are either walking around or in the car.
We'll find out.
We'll see what we feel like in the morning. But for right now, I'm freezing, so we're gonna run back inside. Holy heck, it's fucking cold. We did it!
We did it.
We made it through Katsucon alive.
It was so much fun.
We didn't die. Some people did.
Mm-hmm.
Some people died. No, I'm kidding. No one died, as far as I know. But we had a lot of fun. I'm gonna make sure that I tag him. I don't know. I think it was Buddha-chan.
Mm-hmm.
Took photos of us as Kiki and Tombo before we left. And he was very sweet.
Amazing. I would love to do a big shoot with him because he's super talented.
And so was the Sailor Moon that, the Sailor Moon was just gorgeous and she was wonderful. But we got one last minute photo. We finished our little transition video, even though we forgot to do part of it with Joker and Sophia, but that's fine. We still got the whole video. I'll edit it later. I'm very excited. It may be on my Instagram before this video is posted, if I'm being honest. So you've probably already seen it. But yeah, so we're about to leave, get on the road. On the way back home, we're gonna go see Mothman. I'm so excited.
See my husband.
Yeah, we saw my wife, the Flatwoods Monsters, on the way up, so we're gonna go see Mothman on the way back. And then we're gonna go home. And then I'm going to decompress and immediately start working on something else. So, but I'll see you on the road. I think personally there was always something a little bittersweet about leaving a convention. On the one hand, conventions are very tiring, and I was glad to go home and sleep in my own bed. But on the other hand, you know, I had a lot of fun, and I got to take my best friend with me, and we got to experience it together. And while we had some personal things with some friends that we had to deal with, we still overall had a pretty good time, and I'm glad that Bard got to go with me. I'm glad that we got to make a fun pit stop that you'll see in a minute. But I know I've been harping on the have fun aspect of things a lot, and I don't mean to, but it's because with the state of the world as it is right now, especially in the direction it's possibly heading, we have to take the joy where we can, and we have to make our joy where we can. And I know a lot of people cannot afford to go to multiple conventions in a year or multiple things in a year that are big and cost a lot of money. So when you do get a chance, I say make the most of it. And that's like, while I understand that, like, especially some people who are bigger cosplayers and like maybe cosplays their job or like it pays for a majority of their bills or whatever, I personally think that if you can make your own fun with the people that you have with you, then it's worth it. Like, I would not go to Katsucon again if I did not have a great experience with the people that I met there. And while I do think conventions are responsible for making sure panels are good or making sure that guests are okay, overall I think it falls onto us to keep these cons accountable and also keep our friends accountable, keep people we know accountable, and make sure that we're all in it to have a good time together. I think that is the most important part. But as I said, I'll get off my soapbox again because we got to meet a very important person before we got home.
It's only a museum. It's so ridiculous.
I don't think it's open.
No, look at it's not open, but I love it.
We both got to see the respective
museums
of the loves of our life.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I love it so much.
Look at that.
That's so ridiculous.
There he is. Ooh, that's one too. Look who it is. It's Mothman. I'm
so excited.
Look at him. Also, did people leave him beans? We stopped at Mothman because, as I said, it's Bard Tethys' favorite cryptid, and it was Bard's birthday like 2 days after Katsu. So, happy late birthday now, but happy early birthday then. We made it home. It's not 10:45. I thought I lost my keys, so it took us a little longer to get into the actual house.
Falling asleep actively.
Yes, so he's probably. But it's a week to future past Bailey, whoever is doing the actual voiceover of this. We'll go from here. But yeah, so we made it. We're tired. I can't go to bed yet because I have to go get my boyfriend from work. So, but I'm gonna go make sure my cats aren't eating something they shouldn't. So I'll be right back. Good night. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like down below. Give me a comment on your thoughts about anime conventions, Katsucon, whatever cons you go to. I'd love to know. And if you really enjoyed or you want to see more of the weird things that I do on this channel, please subscribe. I love having you guys around, and I'm trying to build this channel because I really like making these videos. So if you enjoyed, please stick around. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye! We're just gonna film these creepy ass, very haunted buildings. They're so fucking haunted.